I think everyone in life has something that they wish they were good at, but sadly lack the aptitude to make it happen. It may be a sport or a specific professional field. Whatever it is, in the back of our minds lies this lingering feeling that if we would have worked hard enough, that if we would have dedicated everything, then maybe, just maybe, we would overcome the things we lacked, and we would have been able to succeed. I know I have those kinds of thoughts lingering in the back of my mind all the time. It is this type of passion that drives Hinata Shoyo to prove that he can reach the summit, that he can compete with the best volleyball players his age, and even surpass them. Hinata being one of my favorite characters in Haikyuu and one of my favorite protagonists of all time, showing that a simplistic goal can be what breathes complexity in the narrative of the story. Hinata Shoyo is a first year at Karasuno High School, and despite only playing one volleyball match in middle school, he has found himself in the starting lineup for a school that wants to re-establish themselves as a powerhouse. Hinata is one of the more athletic players on the team, with his freak quickness and reflexes. However, at the start of the series, he has two major hurdles that hold him back: his experience and height. Since he has only played one official game and struggled to ever find people to practice with, Hinata's fundamentals are lacking. Hinata's lack of game knowledge and receiving skills means that many of the other players on the court have to cover for his mistakes. But this is a disadvantage that is fixable. Hinata can learn the game better, and the more he plays, the better he'll get, especially with his fantastic work ethic. His height is the real obstacle because he will never be able to change that. Hinata has to work harder just to compete with the other players who are taller than him. And this is where the core of his character lies. Even with his height disadvantage, Hinata wants to be an amazing volleyball player, his sole focus being on getting better so he and Karasuno can win every match and stay on the court. Hinata wants to be able to play the game that he was told he was too small to succeed at. The goal of wanting to stay on the court being the simple push of Hinata. But that simplicity leads to his unique development throughout the series. Hinata's goal of staying on the court is one that is shared by his biggest rival and best friend, Kageyama, with their initial rivalry turning into a friendship where they push one another to be even better. Kageyama is also the only reason that Hinata is on the court at the start of the series. If Kageyama couldn't make use of Hinata's speed, then Hinata's lack of experience would force him to the bench. I'm sure eventually Hinata would have found his way on the court, but that most certainly would have taken longer without Kageyama. This really starts to weigh on Hinata as the series goes forward, specifically at the start of the 4th season. Up until this point in the series, Hinata was just focused on playing and staying on the court, and while that core motivation never changes, Hinata knows that he must do more while playing to reach his potential. Because of Kageyama, Hinata is able to score many points and prove to be a worthy asset to the team. I would even compare Hinata to Mad Dog from Albajosai. Mad Dog brings some major positives and negatives to their team in the same way that Hinata does, even if Hinata's variance is not as big as Mad Dog's. Through the first 3 seasons, Hinata follows the ball, and all he really cares about is scoring points. And while he improves in some of his techniques and is able to start making decisions for himself, there is this feeling that he is being held to the ground and not let free. Hinata has come an extremely long way since the start of the series. shown specifically through the end of the second and third season, where Hinata is able to do something new to end the matches. Hit to a specific spot in the Awajosai match, and then get lost in the crowd and hit a back shot to send them to nationals. But he is still left in the shadow of his setter, who is able to match all of the crazy things he does on the court. If Kageyama wasn't on the team, then certainly Hinata would not be as effective. And we see just how much further Hinata has to go when Korai is playing at nationals, showing that with immense skill and polish, even a small player can reach great heights. And this leaves Hinata feeling like he is getting left behind again. At the start of the series, there is a big point of contention that Hinata has wasted 3 years where he could have been learning to become a better player. In those 3 years, if Hinata had learned how to receive or even practiced his serves more, then he might have had a chance to make a stronger impact even if Kageyama wasn't there. If Hinata had made more progress when he was in middle school, then certainly when they were able to beat Shiratorizawa, Hinata would have at least been invited to the training camp, if not making it all the way to All Japan. So even though Kurasuno has made it to nationals, there is still this feeling that Hinata hasn't done enough, that he hasn't become a strong enough player. And that is shown perfectly in this scene.
お前は何をやっている。お前は3年間何やってたんだ。探せ考えろ。ここでしかできないことが何か。
Hinata's depression and sorrow shown in this scene is everything that has been in the back of our minds throughout the entire series. Hinata isn't strong enough at the basics to truly make an impact on the game and to reach his potential. And in that moment, I felt all of the times in my own life that I had failed. Times where I didn't give it my all and fell short. The years of my life I had wasted not living up to my potential. But Hinata is able to rise from this and move forward, understanding what he needs to do to reach new heights. For so long, Hinata had been chasing the ball, following the more flashy part of the game. But now he takes a step back and looks at the entire court, understanding that to become the best version of himself, he needs to learn the small things. And now we start to see his instinct merge with a deep logic and understanding of the game. And the one aspect of Hinata that has always set him apart continues to flourish. His intense passion and focus when it comes to volleyball. When being just a ball boy at the camp, Hinata brings an intensity as if he was in the middle of a match. And it is that intensity that shows the complexity of Hinata's simple goal. Hinata just has this ability to lock in no matter the situation, and I find that aspect of his character truly envious. I wish I could stay as locked into the things that I care about in the same way that Hinata can. But that also shows that there is so much more to him than I ever would have thought at first. No matter what the situation is on the court, Hinata will always bring everything he has. Hinata has a drive to stay on the court, and that drive never wavers. Even when his spike gets blocked to lose his team the match at the end of Season 1. His drive and focus only sharpens in the face of Ushijima. Hinata's nerves before a game eventually evolve into excitement to play stronger opponents at nationals. Hinata having an amazing ability to calm down his teammates with his pure excitement and joy of the game. but one thing is for certain. Hinata's will and drive to stay on the court creates a mountain of nuance around what should be a simple character. Hinata Shoyo showing that even if there are hurdles to climb, with a strong will and passion, you can always make it to the top. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't help myself. We're 3 episodes into the second half of season 4 of Haikyuu, and I'm just obsessed with the series, and it's exceeding my expectations with every episode. So I hope you guys are enjoying the season as well. Let me know if you want me to make more videos on Haikyuu in the future, and if you enjoyed this video and you enjoy my work, consider subscribing to my Patreon account. And if you're looking for more videos on Haikyuu, I have a few of them linked below of a few videos I've made on the series in the past. So thank you for watching this video. If you want to hear my weekly thoughts on the new Haikyuu episodes, follow me on Twitter @AnnieEssays, and I hope to see you in the next one.